Oh, I hope you won't do that with my master. What he's done for you should inspire you with enough faith to return his love.
In spite of what he's done for me, I'm still not ready to let myself go. I'm an easygoing person. Have a playful nature and I laugh all the time. But even so, I take certain things seriously. Your master would be mistaken if he thinks that just because he's bought me off, I'm ready to fall into his arms. Oh, it's got to cost him more than money. If he wants me to return his love in the way he hopes, I would need proof of his faith. Yeah. He would have to go through certain rituals in order to convince me.
He'll do all that. His feelings for you are pure and honorable. I'd never have involved myself in all this if I thought he had any other intention.
I want to believe that. And I will, because I trust you. And yet I fear his father will make things difficult.
We'll find a way to stop him.
Similarities of our fates too should help nurture our budding friendship. We're both faced with the same dangers and exposed to the same misfortunes. But you at least have the advantage of knowing who you are. Once you make known the identity of your parents, well, everything might fall into place. Your secret marriage be accepted, and your happiness be assured. As for me, my origins could offer me no such help. And, well, my present condition is hardly conducive to changing a mind of a father who worships nothing but money.
But then you too have an advantage. No one's trying to change your lover's mind by persuading him to marry another girl.
A change of heart in one's lover is not the worst thing to fear. Well, we should normally believe that we have enough merit to keep their love warm. From what I see around me, the worst thing to fear in these situations is parental influence. Against that, a girl's merits are powerless.
How sad that a right to love should be so slighted. What a sweet thing love is. The two hearts can unite without the fear of some outside force trying to separate them.
You don't know what you're talking about. Love without obstacles would be deadly dull. Happiness based on serenity soon becomes boring. Life needs its ups and its downs. Having to overcome obstacles rekindles our passions, increases our pleasure.
Oh, Scapin, tell us how you went about getting the money from the miserly old man. I hear it's an amusing story.
Man, what news about my son?
Your son, sir, is safe and sound, but you yourself are now in serious danger. So much so that I wish that you were safely at home.
How come?
As we stand here talking, they are looking all over town for you to kill you.
Me?
Yes.
But who?
The brother of the girl Octave married. He thinks that your plans to have Octave wed your daughter instead of his sister is the main reason why the marriage might be annulled. And so, in his despair, he's furious with you and plans to kill you to avenge his honor. All his friends, swordsmen like himself, are looking everywhere for you and asking everyone for your whereabouts. Why, I've even seen here and there some soldiers from his regiment questioning people and forming battalions to block all the streets leading to your house, so you can't go home, nor can you take a step to the right or to the left without falling into their hands.
Then what shall I do then, my dear Scapin?
I don't know, sir. This is an unheard of situation, and I tremble for you from head to foot. And yet... Wait! Oh, no, it's nothing.
Oh, couldn't you think of a way to get me out of this?
Well, now, I have thought of something, but that would incriminate me and might have me killed in your place.
Well, then show what a devoted servant you are. Oh, don't abandon me, I beg of you.
Very well, sir. The feelings I have for you are such that I could not possibly leave you here alone.
Yeah, you will be rewarded, I promise. I will give you this suit after I've worn it a bit longer.
The funniest imaginable. I don't know, maybe it's because I can't help associating with it, but a trick a young man played on his father to obtain some money. Oh, struck me as exceptionally funny.
By a son on his father to obtain some money.
Oh, if you're interested, I'll be glad to tell you how it happened. I have a natural art. no harm in telling it. It won't remain a secret for long. As fate would have it, I shared the life of a band of vagabonds they call gypsies, who roam the countryside and make their living by telling fortunes. When we arrived to town, a young man saw me and fell in love with me. From that moment on, he followed me wherever I went, and at first thought that all he need do was speak to me, and after a few nice words, I would fall into his arms. But after he noticed a certain pride in me, his attitude changed somewhat. He told the people who looked after me that he'd fallen in love, and found them quite willing to let me go if he gave them a certain sum of money. Well, the trouble was that my lover, like most young men belonging to good families, was somewhat lacking in cash. And what's more, he has a father who, though rich, is a horrible miser, the nastiest man in the world. Wait, why can't I remember his name? What was it? Help me. Can you think of a name of someone who's known as the meanest miser in town? No. His name has a Ron. Yeah, Ron? Geronte! That's my villain. Here's the vermin I was talking about. To go back to our story, the gypsies wanted to leave town today, and my lover was about to lose me since he had no money. But a servant who used his genius came to rescue and managed to get the money from the father. Oh, as for the name of the servant, I know it only too well. Scapin. I've never met a man like him. He deserves all the good that can be said of him.
Oh, the rascal.
Oh, let me tell you the trick he used to get the old man. Just the thought of it makes me burst with laughter. He went after the miserly skunk and told him that while taking a stroll in the harbor with his son, they saw a Turkish ship to which they were invited, that a young Turk offered them lunch, and that, while they were eating, a ship took sail, and that he was sent ashore in a small boat with instructions to tell his master's father that his son was taken to Algiers, unless he sent 500 doubloons immediately. So there he was, the miserly villain of a father, suffering agonies. The love he has for his son, fighting against his love for money. The 500 doubloons he has to pay are like 500 daggers piercing his side. Since he cannot bring himself to part with such a sum, the pain he suffers makes him think of 100 ridiculous ways how to obtain his son's liberty. He asks the servant to take his son's place until he can raise the money, which he doesn't want to part with anyway. Listen to that. In order to raise 500 doubloons, he's willing to sell 4 or 5 old garments, which wouldn't bring 30 doubloons. The servant tries to make him see how ridiculous his suggestions are, but each time he opens his mouth, the old man plaintively says, "Oh, what the devil was he doing on that ship? After many vain evasions, much groaning and suffering. Oh, but you don't seem to be laughing. Well, what do you think of my story?
I think the young man is a scoundrel, an insolent rebel who will be punished by God for what he's done. And I think that gypsy is an impertinent hussy who has no business coming here, insulting an honorable man who will certainly teach her a lesson for coming here and debauching the sons of prominent families.